The goal of this tutorial is to show us how to place parts, edit our schematics, edit existing parts, connect parts up in multiple ways, and use our hierarchy functions. Let's see if you watched the last tutorials that I have changed my names here just to make things a little more clear. We have two schematics open, our example schematic and our 2 pages, our example schematic 1, example schematic 2, page 1 and 2 under each. The second schematic has lowercase, just to differentiate as we go further into the tutorial. So just start out, we're going to go to page 1. We're going to talk about libraries. Now we want to import all of our libraries. I just like to work with all the libraries. If you know which ones you have specifically, you can select only libraries you need. This will normally be blank starting out, but you click into the library, add a library, click on your libraries button, and over here just click in the environment, ctrl+A, select everything in there, and click open, and that will populate everything in here. Now you can only search for parts under the libraries that are highlighted. So if I highlight battery, that's the only library that will come up. So you can click into here, select Ctrl+A, and you can look at every library. So if we want a resistor, you have to kind of know what they're called. Look around, you can Google them, or there's some drill downs in part placements. You go under place. Some of the piece-based components, you can select components to the drill down. So now we have, we're going to place a resistor. I'm going to zoom in and just select and put it on there. When you're done, press escape. If you want to drop multiple components down that are the same type, come over, click it, and then just drop them wherever you want. Okay, I'm creating an op-amp circuit, and I want to place a ground. We'll click on the ground symbol and find the ground that you want to place, and just set it where you're going to place it. As for connectivity, you can either manually draw your lines with the line drawing function, or you can do, my favorite one is to do the auto, where you click on one side, then click on the other, and it routes it for you when it's all done. There is also the auto connect multiple point function. You click on all the points that you want connected together, and then right click and click connect, and they automatically connect. Say we want to edit this part. This isn't supposed to be any correct circuit anyway, but let's say we want to edit this op-amp. We can click on it, click edit part, and let's say we don't want these voltage sources. We can click on them, delete, we can actually delete out these altogether. Now if you were wanting to add another pin, you can click add pin, whatever number you want your pin. Let's say we wanted the V+, and we wanted to add 4, pin number 4. Numbers are very important. You can add that in there, but or you can move around other pins to different locations. But for the sake of this, we are going to leave it right like that, and when we are ready to save it and we delete the parts we want, moved everything around, we can redraw stuff, do whatever we want. Word of warning, it will mess up the piece by simulation if you plan on simulating your part, so keep that in mind. Click close. You can update your part. Normally you just want to update all throughout all your drawings. We don't have it anywhere else though, so that's okay. And then now we see our part is updated. Our editing is pretty basic. You can press ctrl+A to select everything. You can move your whole schematic around if you want. You can cut it out, ctrl+X, ctrl+V, paste it back, drop it where you want to, and then just everything's pretty intuitive. And you can right click here and you can select filters for what parts you want to select or what pieces of your schematic you want. If you only wanted parts, click parts, OK, and then we could highlight everything, or again, if we press Ctrl+A, it will select everything, including parts and lines. So the selection tool, scroll over it, and now we only have parts. And then we can, if we have a large schematic, this isn't really large enough to do this function justice, but we can go to the search box here. Let's say we had a very large schematic, we want to know more information about our second resistor, or we can find it and type in R2, and it will pop up all the information about R2. Again, in the filter section, you can drop down here and you can filter out things you don't want showing up in your searches. Now, there are 3 ways to connect your design up. You can connect it on the same page. So by naming the nets, or if we click here on our wires, we can say net 1, or let's just call this V out. Okay. Now we have V out, and that would make these wires connected, because we named this wire V out, this wire V out, and those are now connected. If we were to come over to our page 2 and had something there, and we named this V out, then these are not connected. You cannot cross pages within the same schematic. If we want to connect in the same schematic between 2 pages, we can just delete this. We're going to come down to this function, place off page connector. We are going to use our off page connector, right? And it's just for off page, not off schematic. Press escape, double click. We're going to call this V out. Enter. To move that closer to it. And then let's say we want our V out here connected across page. So click on our cross page connector again. And we're going to press escape and rename this V out. Click OK. Now they will be connected both here and here due to our net connectivity, and our off page connectors will have them connect between pages 1 and pages 2. If we were to go over here to our other page 2 and put in an off page connector and named it V out, that does not work. So these are not connected to here or here, because as I said, this is schematic 2, page 2, and we can only connect between pages. You need to remember to update your catch manually throughout this process of creating your schematic, especially when modifying parts or libraries. You can do that by going back here to your design catch. You can click cleanup catch. Also, you can click on your parts. You can do update catch and click yes.